Hi, I'm Ed Gaddy. I'm the chairman of the Ulster County Conservative Party, and with me is,
Hal Brilliant, chairman of the Dutchess County Conservative Party.
and we're talking to the gun owners and the righteous citizens of New York today because of an important issue. We have an election in 2 weeks, and it is important that you get out and vote. Because right now, our freedoms are on the line. This unSAFE Act that they call the SAFE Act has turned law-abiding people into criminals. It's ridiculous, because when you put a law out there, only the law-abiding people obey the laws. Outlaws are not going to obey the law. Somebody who's going to rob and rape and murder is not going to obey a gun law. So this SAFE Act is unsafe for average citizens and is a boon to gun-owning criminals.
Yes, that's certainly true. And our society has drifted very strongly to the left. Liberals and unfortunately all too many Democrats have gone and decided that there's no black and white in our society. Anything goes. And one of the things that's happening is that those liberals and, as I say, those all too many Democrats are creating emotional issues. And the SAFE Act is an example or the result of one of those emotional issues. The attitude that they're trying to get people almost hysterical about the Second Amendment. The Conservative Party believes in the Bill of Rights, all the articles in the Bill of Rights, and the Second Amendment is one.
The Second Amendment is America's extended warranty because it is a safeguard. The average citizen can protect themselves and they can stand up for their country in the event that we ever got invaded. If this country ever got invaded and our law enforcement was overwhelmed, don't you think that law-abiding citizens with a gun might not be a bad thing to have? Okay, the Conservative Party, it is part of our platform to protect Second Amendment rights. I would encourage everybody to vote on the conservative line because we are Hudson Valley, Ulster and Dutchess County. We're on the front line. We're like almost a buffer zone between New York City and upstate. And we know how New York City feels about that, apparently. I would say that the conservatives and people who are gun owners, they are law-abiding citizens. They are people who just want to go about their everyday business. They want government's nose out of their business. When they start invading your gun cabinets, what's going to be next? You better vote like your gun cabinet depends upon it. And I'll tell you something else. Make sure when you vote that you choose your judges carefully. Family court judges can fill in for Supreme Court. They can or cannot sign pistol permits at their discretion. You better make sure that you pick your judges carefully along with your elected officials. Vote pro-gun, because pro-gun is what you're going to have if you want to remain free in New York State.
The New York State Conservative Party and the Dutchess County Conservative Party has a primary position of supporting the Second Amendment, knowing that that's a target for the liberals. And so I urge everyone to go and vote on the conservative line. We're a party of principle.
We are. Well, my friends, make sure that you get out there and vote. Bring your family, bring your friends, get them out and vote. There is more of us than there's more of them. The problem is they are a little bit louder. It's time to get loud and proud and stand up and say enough.
If we all don't get together and join with the Conservative Party members and stand up for the rights of the American citizens, in particular the SAFE Act, fight the SAFE Act, and be pro-Constitution and Bill of Rights, we're just going to go down a very slippery slope. I hope to see you all on November 4th.
And I want to say one more thing. Just remember, this was Andrew Cuomo's baby. Vote Astor or Morse. You have the power. Let me show you the most powerful weapon in your arsenal. It's called your finger. I happen to be left-handed. With this finger, you have the power. Because you put them in, you can put them out. You can pick up a pencil and color in a dot. You can flip a switch. You can vote. That's your power. Vote. Vote on Election Day.
And we're happy to join in the Mid-Hudson Valley and trying to move things in the right direction.
And I would suggest also that maybe think about joining a gun club or any of the fine organizations out there that support your Second Amendment rights, because there's strength in numbers. We want to get the point that it's very, very important to get out and vote, because we need to send a message to those in leadership, including some among the GOP, who helped put the SAFE Act into place. It's going to be very difficult to overturn the SAFE Act, And the only way we're gonna do it is if you get the right people in there. Sometimes, I can tell you, use a baseball metaphor, you want a championship team, sometime you gotta trade some players. Now it's trading time. Get out there and vote, make sure you vote pro-gun, because it's your gun cabinet, whether you want guns in there or not, whether you want the right to maintain those rights, the Second Amendment, which the other ones will fall apart behind it if the Second Amendment ever gets trashed. Get out and vote.
And the Conservative Party is very supportive of the Republican Party, almost across the board. But we do want to go and work with them to make them more sensitive to some of the issues that affect the Constitution and the rights of citizens.
Remember, when you get out there, there is strength in numbers, and those numbers need to show on the line, because a message needs to be sent to the other parties that citizens are gonna vote on the issues, and a good place to vote is on the Conservative Party line. Get out there and vote. Make sure you send a message out to all the powers that be, that we're loud and proud and we're not gonna take it anymore.